If you want to well familiar with Python, you should know the history of Python. So Python is invented in the Netherlands early 90s by Guido van Rossum. Python was conceived in the late 1980s and its implementation was started in December 1989. Guido van Rossum is fan of Monty Python's Flying Circus. So this is a famous TV show in Netherlands. So Guido named after Monty Python's. So Python is open source from the beginning. So the main points I highlighted is that the Python is invented in Netherlands in early 90s and the person that discovered that is Guido van Rossum. It conceived it late 1980s and they practically implement it 1989 in December. Because the Guido van Rossum is fan of Monty Pythons, that's why its name is Monty Pythons. Monty Python Flying Circus is basically a TV show in Netherlands. So it's give its name Monty Python. Python's benevolent dictator for life. Python is an experiment in how much freedom programmers need. Too much freedom and nobody can read another's code. Too little and expressiveness is in danger. This can be said by Guido van Rossum. Guido lived in Netherlands where he completed master degree in mathematics and computer science from the University of Amsterdam in 1982. At Google, he developed Mondarian, a web-based code review system written in Python and that used within the company. Later on, he named it Page Mondarian. Further on, he discussed various points related to Python. Why was Python created? My original motivations for creating Python was perceived need for high-level language in the Amoeba, that is operating system project. I realized that the development of system administration utilities in C was taking too long. Moreover, doing these things in the Browning shell would not work for a variety of reasons. So, there was a need for language that would bridge the gap between C and the shell. That is said by the Guido van Rossum. So, that's why we need Python programming language. That's why Guido created the Python programming language. Because the Guido needs Python language in his projects. That's why he realized that there need of Python. So he started to work on Pythons and finally he created the language that are most common nowadays and they are most trending language.